Remember, I was going to try to use up stuff that's in the house.
I'm live, and there's already somebody here. Wow.
I don't count.
My wife doesn't count, she says.
Oh, because you're saying somebody's here.
Somebody's here watching the video, baby. So, I got up. I wrote in my daily journal on Facebook. I checked my emails. I spoke with Alejandro. I tried to accomplish a couple of quick tasks that I needed to take care of. How are you, Eric? Vito, I've been thinking a lot about you, buddy. I hope you're doing good. And then I got off my ass and went for a walk. I walk along the Colorado River, which is absolutely gorgeous. It was probably about 80 degrees out, which felt cool, actually. Not chilly, but a lot cooler than it has been. And I walked up to, from anybody who knows Laughlin, I walked from Riverside Casino to the Colorado Bell, which looks like a steamship. And then back again. And then I went back to Colorado Bell and came back. It was just over 6,500 steps in total, 3.04 miles. That was all before 8 a.m. this morning. I was done by 7:30. So while I was out there, I had my headphones on, which I need to plug in and charge up so that they're good for later. And then plug my phone into. I listened to the Bible for a while, and then I shut it off, and I was thinking, because I was reading last night, and I'm at a point where systems are important. I need to get them really, really detailed. So in the book that I'm reading, Scale, by JeffHoffman, he said to use Post-it notes. These are index cards, guys. I'm old and blind. It's a little bit bigger than a Post-it note. And on some complex systems, they can be color-coded for different steps. Basically, what he says to do is write your goal or what the process is. For example, I want to restock widget 1. So I would write right on here, restock widget A or B or whatever the hell it is. Restock widget A. This is my goal of the process. I would put that as far away from me as possible on a big empty table. How do I get there? I then write step 1. Go to Restock Probe. Whatever the steps are to do that task, you write it down. Then you have somebody unfamiliar with the task try to accomplish said task. Can they go through the steps? Where do they have a question? Do they have a question between step 6 and 7? Well, then you need another card, and you need to realign your cards so that there's no questions. Great. Who's calling me? I'll have to call him back. That's my buddy who's friends with Mark Cuban. I'll give him a call after a while. Maybe I'll give him a call from the pool and send him a picture. But I found it fascinating that as I started reading more and more about this book, it talked about how to organize your processes. And I was like, am I really, really, really as organized as I think I am? And I went and looked, and I'm really not as organized as I thought I was. It is something I'm going to be working on. These index cards can also be used to help you organize your folder system of how you're going to keep your SOPs in a searchable database. For right now, I just want to give you the quick tip of using Post-it notes. I happen to have these colored index cards that I like to use. There's going to be tips and tricks that I need along the way, SOPs, checklists. There's a whole lot of other things that you will need. I don't like Excel. Sayasa says that she or they or whoever they are, because they can't put a picture up, it says that they like to create things in Excel. I don't like Excel. I don't know how to use it very well. Lisa, thank you very much. It's I can't move things around in Excel as fast as I can move the index cards around. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like Excel. This works very well for me. Written visual aids work very well for me. Eventually I will need checklists, and there will have to be things in Excel and videos made, and it, as I thought about it, and I'm reading more and more in this book and realizing that my company is a little more complex than what I put out there. You know, for example, how do I order product from a manufacturer? Well, some products I order 2 different ways from the same manufacturer, depending on where it's being shipped to. Is it being shipped directly to Amazon for me? Or is it being shipped directly to my warehouse for consumption in my warehouse? I like the visual part of this, guys. I like the Post-it notes. They're a little small for me. I'm struggling with adjusting to being old. I have 3 prescriptions in these glasses. They call them trifocals. There's a distance, one for reading, and then one for the computer. If you notice, when I'm using computer, I always take them off. I cannot adjust to the computer portion of my glasses. So you see me straining to read things. Vito says, I made a manual with print screens along with steps to make it easier for someone to do. That's exactly what I'm doing. I want it out of our heads and on paper. My goal is to have my warehouse processed on paper, and all the members of my warehouse staff cross-trained in at least 2 jobs. One, it makes the jobs not so technical, so they don't demand such a high salary. Although it's family, so they're still going to get a high salary. But if I was ever to sell, my employees are cross-trained, which makes it a little more valuable as a company. No one job is dependent on any single person, and that's something I'm striving for. Steve says, I'm going to have to put a picture to it so you can see who I am. LOL. Correct. You are going to have to put a picture to it, Steve. If you want me to see who you are, you need a picture. Or somebody's name like Steve, I'm going to guess you're a guy. If you're a girl, I'm going to give up on life. Hi, Sue. How are you? Lisa says, if you ever feel like learning the basics, I got you, but different things work to help you with Excel. Lord knows you helped me with reselling. Lisa, I got the basics of Excel. It's the visual part of Excel that I wouldn't be able to do something like this with. It's the visual aspect of laying it out and being able to shuffle the steps until I was happy with how I had it. I need a picture so you know what I look like. Yeah, okay. What are you doing here? It is almost time for your wife's surgery. You should be spending time with her, Scott. Yes, I am calling out the bearded picker right now, who's probably going to have more steps from pacing today than I will. Anytime our loved ones are in going under the knife for surgery, we still worry. We know that God has them. I know Scott is a man of faith, and he believes that. If you are of faith, please pray for Joni. She's going to have her reconstructive surgery, which is supposedly the easiest surgery, but anytime they knock you out, it's still surgery. It's still risky. We need to keep her in prayers about that. And it's going to be a stressful day. Remember to keep Scott in your prayers too. 2:30 p.m. Central Time is the surgery, which is 3:30 on the East Coast. It'll be lunchtime. So during grace, we will pray for Joni. Scott, let her know that we'll be praying for her during the surgery. And we know that God is in control of this, and he will be glorified through all that is done. So back to what I was talking about. Building these, my wife, the sun goddess, is headed off to go to the pool and enjoy her sunshine. I'm going to meet her there in about a half an hour. I cannot I can't hang at the pool as long as she can. I think it's because I get dehydrated very quickly. I need to drink more water. So I'm going to go down and sit with her for a little bit. She's coming back in to tell me something. Yes, baby. Oh, she forgot her phone. She'll be, she has a beautiful tan. I just can't believe how well she's tanned. She loves, look, you can see, this is the happiest I've seen my wife in a very long time. She has her whole day type thing planned out, which is really nice, guys. You don't know what that means to me. I am really going to miss Laughlin.
That's why we're coming back.
It's so far, it's been the one place that we've been to that truly has made her feel independent, secure, and happy. So this may be home for us in the future. Listen, systems are important, and if you don't have them documented, the longer you wait, the worse it. Ask me, I know, because now as I'm reading this book, I realize just how complicated my systems are. Not because they're technically complicated. They're complicated because they're not written out. And because I'm such a large company, I don't want to make it sound like I'm this massive freaking company. I have 4 suppliers that I deal with. From each of those suppliers, I order a minimum of 2 different ways. So that means 8 processes to begin with. Some I order 4 different ways. So you're talking about a minimum of 10 to 11 processes just for ordering a product, a restocked product, which I need to have as a written process. So these cards will come in handy because it's going to be, how do I order items to go straight to FBA from manufacturer A? Guys, I strongly recommend this book, Scale. Don't let the title fool you, okay? It does speak a lot about growth. But what it speaks about first and foremost, and it gives you actionable steps in every chapter, is how to systemize your company so that you can grow or scale the business. You don't have to, but it does tell you how to make it a process. One of the things I asked yesterday was, what if you were incapacitated for 3 days? Would somebody know how to put your store on vacation? Would somebody know how to ship the orders that were ordered? Would somebody know how to message the customers to let them know there's been a family emergency or whatever the problem is, and that their order is being handled quickly? Thank you, Scott. Scott's got the link there. I'm probably going to team up with Scott because he has a referral account for Amazon and I don't. So I don't rush to put the links out, but I appreciate that he does that. And listen, guys, it's a couple of pennies and it don't cost you nothing extra. So here's what I'm saying is, you have to start thinking about these things no matter how young or old you are. In case of emergency, how does your business get put on hold? How do you fill the orders that you currently have, and how do you handle things? Scott talked about this yesterday on his show. He had 3 or 4 orders that his son didn't put in the mail. I mean, minor thing, but what is the process of making sure those things happen in case you don't make it home in time to put the order in the mail yourself? Good luck, Lisa. I believe it's in your Google account. You got to do it, set it up in your Google account. You don't have to rush to do it. I'll remember because I've teased you about it now. I'll remember that you are Lisa. Listen, guys, I'm not trying to be like the Grim Reaper. I'm really not. It's more about the reality setting in for me, 2 days ago, I went to the doctor and they found protein in my urine. There are my wife said it was a UTI and I'd be fine. And guess what? It wasn't a UTI. So now I'm drinking plenty of water. I'm actually finishing my 2nd cup of coffee, which is all I get for today. And then it's water the rest of the day, not iced tea, not lemonade, it's water. I drink water the rest of the day. I've done it for 2 days now, and I am going to focus on my health. But while I'm focusing on my health, I also have a business that I need to focus on its health. And without proper written instructions for somebody to at least shut your business off, you could cause a lot of legal headaches that you really could avoid by writing out a 1-page. This is what you do in case of an emergency, and show somebody where it is. Guys, I will be talking about this about as much as I talk about my health because it's important to me. And 2 of my 3 goals for Q4 are about processes written out, including how do I shut down a product? A product's not selling very well. How do I turn it off? I actually have to have a process for it, because don't forget, I advertise every single product. So why spend money on a product I'm no longer selling? So really, you are fasting other than telling everyone about it. I guess, Ron, I'm kind of lost at that. I'm not fasting. I'm kind of focusing on my health. There's no fasting. And if you mean in a biblical sense, I'm telling because I need other people to understand that they need to be concerned about these things for themselves. Boys and girls, I've come to the end of my time. Remember, God does love you. God bless you. Bearded Picker, we will be praying for you and your wife. Please let us know that everything's okay. And then, in the end, you got to get off your ass and get to work. For me, I'm going to the pool. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day.